Welcome to 3 in the Key. I'm your host, Nora Zainab. Next to the J unit, Jelani, Goodridge Reed, and Justin Pooney. And Justin, let's not get technical about things.
Why?
Let me just say it the way that it is. I'm next to you guys still, am I not? Next to?
What did he say?
He's like, you're not next to us, you're in between us. That's also wrong.
JP. That's JP for you
well,
guys.
Riz.
There's nothing you can do about there's nothing you can do about JP. You just hope that he at some point contains himself, but at most points probably not.
I
So
said Riz. You're in the queue, Riz.
not even a minute in and the Riz has been dropped. The R word is already here.
Oh,
but that's not what we're here for. We're not here for Justin Pooney. We're not here for Riz, even though sometimes we are. But today, we're going to go over the NBA All-Star. It takes place super soon in about, 2-3 weeks, pretty much? 3 weeks from now on the weekend?
Approximately 20 days.
Yeah.
Quick maths. Yes, absolutely. And then we've already heard about the starters. They came out last week.
Yep.
I think for the most part, people agreed, but there were some snubs all across the league. But at the same time, though, even though they were snubs, it was still like it made sense why they were left out. I'm talking about Joel Embiid. The East starters are Giannis Antetokounmpo, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Donovan Mitchell, and who am I missing?
Kyrie, KD, Giannis, Tatum.
Oh, Tatum.
Your boy.
How would I miss
How'd you
Jason
forget
Tatum?
JT.
How could I miss Jason Tatum? But in all of that, you could tell one big presence is missing, and that's Joel Embiid. Then on the Western Conference side, we brought on, there's Steph Curry. There is Luka Doncic. There is, who else is there?
Joker.
Jokic.
Yep, there's Joker, Zion.
And finally, from St. Vincent St. Mary High School in Akron, Ohio, number 23, LeBron James.
Remix.
They're not just here to be pretty faces. They also know how to use their voice. It's really nice. Thanks, guys. But what we're going to do here today is we will look at both conferences because the starters have been picked. So now let's go over who we think should be the reserves and let's just take over our picks, guys. So who wants to go first with the Eastern Conference?
Should we rock, paper, scissors again?
I don't care. I'll go last. You guys figure it out amongst yourselves. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Yeah, you go first. I'll do the West.
So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, so there are 7 reserves.
Are there?
7. 3 must be a part of the front court. 2 will be part of the back court. And 2 are wild cards. And wild card means you can be whatever you want to be.
That's right.
So, do you want me to start in the East or the West?
You just said. Yeah, East.
East? Okay. Of course, Joel Embiid, lock, certified lock all-star. Then we got Julius Randle, averaging 25, 10, and 4 for the Knicks, who are a playoff team, playing very well. Then we have Bam Adebayo, averaging 21, 10, and 3, defensive monster. He's definitely playing like an all-star. Then the guards, Tyrese Halliburton. If Tyrese Halliburton is not an all-star, averaging 20 and 10 this season, I will throw my shoe at this camera.
Damn.
Probably will get fired, but I will get very upset.
You're out of here.
Or you know what? Maybe I will do something else. I don't know what I'll do, but I'll get upset. Jaylen Brown, one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference, the Boston Celtics.
Yep.
He is their second best player. He is a certified all-star. Then my wild cards, Jalen Brunson.
Okay.
The very big free agent acquisition for the New York Knicks. The Knicks are in a playoff position right now, playing very well. Jalen Brunson's averaging 20-plus points per game. He has been the floor general, the main man in New York City. Bing bong.
Bing bong.
Finally, Trae Young.
Yep.
Trae Young is averaging, 28 points a game?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
And almost 10 assists per game. 27 and 10 a game?
Yeah.
Right? Come on, it's hard to ignore those numbers. And Trae Young is one of those superstars in the NBA where he's going to be an all-star no matter what. And I'm sorry. I said Pascal Siakam should be an all-star at Homestead NBA. But as I looked at the list,
it's tough.
I told you it's
tough.
There's too many talented guys out there.
I got to go Trae Young. You got leaving guys off like Darius Garland, DeJounte Murray, Pascal Siakam, X, Y, and Z, and I'm sorry. Do you want me to do the West now, or do you want to do East?
Let's do East first. Let's do all around.
Yeah,
so
I like
Johnny?
that. I like that because I had Tyrese in there, 2010 right now. Obviously, Jaylen Brown has to be there.
Yep.
He's putting up, 27 points per game, and he's doing it on the defensive side of the ball. So I like that as well. Julius Randle, I see him because, yes, the Knicks, they've been a factor in the Eastern Conference. And he, entering this week, He was actually 4th in terms of total points scored this season, right? And 2nd in rebounds total. So he's been balling. And then I'm looking at Joel Embiid. Obviously, I said that. He, makes the case to even start, right? He should be there, of course. I think Bam Adebayo is an all-star, in my opinion, just because he's a top 5 defender in the league, and right now he's putting up career high numbers in terms of points and offensive rebounding. So he's having impact. Miami's 6th in the Eastern Conference right now. I know they had a slow start, but they're balling now. So he should be there. Trae Young, I agree. Trae Young, I haven't seen his name brought up that much, just because the Hawks haven't been playing as well as we thought. But you cannot excuse 27 points per game. He's putting up those assists in terms of 10 a game, right? The Hawks are actually 8th, so they're in the they're in that they're in the thick
playoff play-in spot.
Yeah, they're in the thick of things in the Eastern Conference right now. So, and plus his name, it's Trae Young, right? Usually we see there's always the debate of who should get in, right? There's one guy and then another dude. It's usually the guy with the bigger name gets in, and then lastly, James Harden. I think
that's your wild card.
Yes, I think because along with Trae Young, I think James Harden should be in there. Right now, he's balling, right? Sixers are winning games. They're 4th in the Eastern Conference. James Harden, he's changed his game, right? We talk about it all the time. 22-11 right now. Okay, those are good numbers, and 62% true shooting. So you put that all together, the Sixers are one of the hottest teams right now. James Harden's doing his thing. James Harden.
I'm actually picking James Harden as my guard.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah.
I think they're 2nd in the East right now. They already how are you 2nd in the East and you don't have an all-star starter? That's insane to me. That's insane to me. I get that, and it makes sense because again, there's so much talent out there, and how are you going to pick between Kevin Durant, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Tatum? Right, it's really really hard out there. But at the same time, those two guys have been playing so well for Philly that it would be a disgrace not to have both of them on this team. And I think that's exactly why I'm not going to put Harden as my wild card. I think he's my reserve guard on the reserves. But the wild card spot for guards, I would give to Tyrese Haliburton, because I think for that, what's factoring into me is the winning. And they're 11th in the East right now. Sixers are 2nd. If we're not going to give Pascal the spot because they're 12th, then I'm sorry, Pacers. I gotta think about it.
What Tyrese Haliburton is doing, though, he's averaging 20 and 10.
But I know that's great. But again, winning has to factor in, and popularity's got to factor in too, right?
Tyrese Haliburton's more popular than Pascal Siakam.
No, not about Pascal Siakam. Stupid. Talking about James Harden. Holy crap!
Okay.
Jesus Christ! You can't go 1 second without dismissing the Raptors.
Yeah, no, he's shooting well. Haliburton, obviously, he's like nearly 40% shooting, but the winning plays a big role.
And
obviously,
the way that Harden has actually changed his game to adjust and adapt to the Sixers and their offense, but not just in the way that he's scoring, because he's used to being that straight up shot taker, scorer, and a shot creator for himself. But he's realized here he has to change his game and understand that he's not going to be the first guy. He's going to have to be the second guy. At the same time, in that space too, he has to be the guy who gets his teammates going. And if you see, his assist numbers are up. His assists are off the charts right now. And the Sixers are playing better because of it and for it. You're getting so many more open buckets. You're allowing people to go and trap Embiid if they need to, but at that same time, you have Harden open, and Harden can pass it to anybody or take the shot and have it go in. So I think he's been a massive nightmare for the Sixers. And if anybody sees them in the playoffs, I'm scared. I still think against like the top 3 teams, it's gonna be Celtics and Bucks, but Sixers should be going up there, even next to the Nets. I think they can give any team a run for their money. But then beyond that, I'm gonna go with the other guard, Jaylen Brown. They're doing well. They're doing really well.
Surprise.
But listen, it's the fact that he's playing as well as he is, still knowing that it's Jason Tatum taking most of the shots, is phenomenal, and that deserves him the spot. Plus, they're 1st in the East, so you got to have 2 on the squad. You have to have 2 on the squad, right? Front court, Joel Embiid. Yes. Bam Adebayo, again, said the same thing. He's the guy that is gluing the team together. Like, the Miami Heat right now don't have much to be happy about or much to be, celebrating currently. But Bam Adebayo being in that spot and him being that, like you said, the defensive plus the rebounding nightmare, it's showcasing everywhere. And that's their future. He's still a young guy. So you're going to see a lot of him coming in the All-Star. And then for the wild card positions, I am going to go with Julius Randle for one of them. I think what the Knicks are doing right now. And again, Randall is known to have some streaks of consistencies and then be inconsistent right after that. So we'll see how he plays after the All-Star. Maybe this is just a good stretch for him to get him in the All-Star game right now. But because the Knicks are, again, your team is as good as you are. So if your team is winning and you're putting up numbers, I think you deserve to have more of a spot than the guys who are 11th and 12th and 13th. I feel bad saying that because, again, Pascal's one of my guys. But if you're not going to be, what's it called? If you're not
conducive to winning.
Absolutely. And that matters too, because if you look at the Warriors game with the Raptors, as much as I love Pascal, and he usually has the Warriors number, like he goes off against the Warriors, but we just haven't seen him be really like use the Raptors and use his leverage with them to get them wins. I haven't seen that happen with Pascal just yet so far. So that's going to be my Eastern Conference list.
So because you said Halliburton's when your other wild card, right? Okay, good. I didn't want to have to start something there. Okay, cool.
Are you threatening me?
No, I'm not threatening.
Are you threatening? You're fucking threatening me.
I don't know about that. No.
But I really like my I'm gonna say my James Harden pick for guard. So it is what it is. But anyway, so Western Conference, you guys. Right. Justin, want to go first?
Yeah. Canadian Shai Gilgeous-Alexander averaging 30+ points a game. Oklahoma City has been on a tear of late. They could actually make the playoffs this year. They're actually having a very good year. John Morant,
your boy.
You know he's going to be in the All-Star game. Domantas Sabonis, of course.
My boy.
Having a great season with the Sacramento Kings this year. Lauri Markkanen averaging almost 25 points per game. One of the, actually could be accounted for most improved player of the year this year so far.
Given all that he has to go through and go on a different team and stuff, I think so. I think so.
Anthony Edwards, the Timberwolves are back in the playoff race. He's been playing at an all-star level. He put somebody in a body over the weekend on a poster. I forget who it was. Was it Alperen Sengun?
I think it was Sengun.
It was Sengun, right? Yeah.
And then he dunked on another Rocket.
Yeah, he dunked on somebody else too. So Anthony Edwards will be in the All-Star game. As for my wild cards, De'Aaron Fox, again, I'm just really impressed what the Sacramento Kings are doing this year. That franchise has been
hungry for
anything.
Yeah.
They've been dog water for years. Like, they've been horrible. Then we have, of course, my guy.
Oh, Lillard. Oh, boy.
Damian Lillard. He's an all-star.
Jelani?
I agree.
Every single one?
That was my list.
There you go. Great minds think alike.
Well, actually, wait, hold on.
Shai.
Let me change.
No, you can't change it, bro. You can't change it. Why are you changing? Why are you second guessing yourself?
He's allowed to do that,
No,
Justin.
I'm not second guessing myself. I remember a name you said. I disagree with Anthony Edwards.
Really?
I don't put him in there. I think Paul George.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Paul George. Why? Because you're looking at how they're doing. We talk about it all the time. Winning. Winning is there in LA. They're fourth in the West right now. You're talking about the numbers that PG's been putting up this year, 24, 6, and 5. So, and I get it. He's not always out there on the court. These guys are not always out there on the court in LA for the Clippers. But when he is.
They're half a game separating each other, the Clippers and the Timberwolves.
Yeah, I know. But who's higher, though?
Yeah.
Right?
And who's been doing it for longer?
It's the same thing.
I'm just saying. Ant's averaging 25 points per game, 5 assists, 6 rebounds.
Similar numbers.
PG's averaging
24, 5, and 6. It's similar.
He's averaging 24, 5, and 6.
I just said that like 3 times. So I think that Paul George.
I'm
saying too.
But
I think
Cat's been out the whole year though.
That's great. Kawhi's been in and out. Their whole team's been in and out.
All right.
So I think for me, and also the public, who's a bigger name?
Yeah, but Anthony Edwards.
Okay, thank you. So I think that Paul George.
It's about the coaches. The coaches don't like
Paul. That's great. But I think Paul. This is my list. This is not your list. This is my list. This is my list.
You just said you're the same list. You're the same list when you changed your mind.
Yeah, because I realized Anthony is not an all-star this year. He's not an all-star.
You're just saying that because you like Bo Cruz or whatever the hell his name is.
He's not an all-star.
You know he's an all-star.
I don't know that because he's not.
I love this. The girlies are fighting.
Look me in the eye and say Anthony Edwards is not an all-star.
Anthony Edwards is not an all-star.
With a straight face.
Anthony Edwards is not an all-star. Paul George is an all-star.
If you're building a team right now, who'd you rather have Anthony Edwards or Paul George?
That's a whole other conversation.
That's a whole other
conversation. You see how this guy's trying to push the goalposts right now? This guy's trying to chase the narrative right now. Paul George is an all-star in my opinion. There's got to be a Clipper on there. You know that too.
Says who?
You know that too.
Says what Steve
Their
Ballmer
winning record does.
Look, man.
There's got to be a Minnesota Timberwolves in there because they're winning record.
Remember, this is about This is about the fans. This is
Why
about-
are you again? You picked the Timberwolves to like be a really good team this year. Why are you trying to go against
Because
me?
they
I'm trying to back you
took
up.
them you are not backing me. You're backing up your freaking points. Don't even put that shit on me. I know how manipulative
too
you
much,
are,
bro.
so I can
Manipulative? What the-
Yeah, you were trying to make me change my
I
thing.
told you.
Manipulative?
Now you see what he does to you sitting here. You
'Cause
understand?
Manipulative.
Because I
Yeah.
looked at my list, right?
Uh-huh.
And all the names down here are the same names he said, except for PG's there. And I said, wait, hold on. He said Anthony Edwards. So yeah, no, PG is an all-star.
All right, whatever. Hey, stand on your own 2 feet.
I am 10 toes down right now. Let's go.
Holy
Let's
shit.
Are
go.
you challenging me to a fight right now?
The girlies are fighting, and for once, I'm in the back, and I'm laughing, and I'm loving it. This is really nice,
PG.
guys. Can continue it that actually going, please and thank you. I
Can't wait till
actually
Ant puts something on a PG in a body bag next game they play.
And remember, the Timberwolves were struggling, okay?
I don't know, the Clippers were struggling too.
no, but they've
Well,
always been that top five.
Well, were they top 5 last year?
I said they've always been the top five this
Top-
year.
were they
Top
top?
5, top 6. Timberwolves have been like 12th, 13th. So you can
fine.
shows you that while that one guy's doing well right now, how's that going to be conducive
Tough
to
times
them
don't
moving
last, tough
forward?
people
Can
do.
I finish my sentence before I go? You manipulative little person. Let me freaking talk about what I'm talking about. Anyway, for me, actually, Justin, it's pretty accurate with you two. Lloyd
Great
Markkanen, he's what he's been
Yeah,
doing with
he's probably
Utah
at
the
my
whole
peak.
year. Yeah, he has to be, and I think this is just the start for him. I'm happy. I've actually really liked him always. Like on Cavs, Bulls, he's always been a really good guy. And then coincidence, he's flying through in Utah as a. I'm not gonna say it. It's all good. Not gonna. You know where I'm going with that? No, it's okay. Don't worry
You're a
about
very blunt person, but like
No,
sometimes
no,
have you noticed that sometimes
with
she talks in riddles? Like sometimes Noor talks in like these weird riddles. Like, bro, like, just say it.
I'm not gonna say it because it's just whatever. Anyway, my two guards. One has to be Ja, even though if you guys gang up on me right now, I liked you
Ja's an
so much
all-star.
better when you were fighting. Don't fucking come at me. But I like Ja. I think Ja, as much as actually no, I like Ja. And whatever he does off court is a problem, and we have to address that. But on court, he is the reason why the Grizzlies are where they are.
Not their stats
still,
guy. The Grizzly stats guy.
no, that was Jaren Jackson.
I know, but
Nice try, but anyway. So they have a group of young guys, and they're winning with them, and Ja is leading them. So I think very easily he should be there. Guard, I actually am going to go with Shai too. Is this a Canadian propaganda account?
Yes.
Oh, maybe, probably it is. But I think, again, not just this year, what Shai has been doing with the Thunder the whole time, Sam Presti has had those teenagers locked in the basement, has just been insane. He's been
what?
off the charts.
What?
All those rookies that they barely
You
used
didn't say
and the
rookies.
draft
What
picks.
did you
Teenagers,
locked in the what?
basement.
I don't know about that, but okay, that's a rough.
Justin, you can say the most outworldly, outlandish shit 24/7, but the second one of us says something, it's like, oh, I am a priest. I just came here from church. How dare you say this in my presence? Why don't you exit the door? Anyway, said Laurie Markkanen for my front court. Another one, I don't want to go with Anthony Davis.
He's not an all-star.
What?
Not in my opinion.
But
Day-to-day Davis? Streakles Davis?
Streakles Davis.
Why is he an all-star to you?
I'm not saying he's an all-star. I'm just thinking just because
Well,
of
you are saying he's
how.
an
No,
all-star.
I'm contemplating
Okay,
it right now.
okay.
Contemplating it. Just because of what he's been. When he's on court, you had Anthony Edwards.
Take Anthony Edwards. Come join me in the Anthony Edwards train.
You know they were my team before they were your team,
I know.
and they're your
I'm
guy.
saying, just take
But
Anthony
they've
Edwards.
burned me so bad that I'm just like, what's gonna happen beyond this?
And Anthony Davis doesn't play.
I know. I'm just saying. Yeah, I know. Whatever. Anthony Edwards. Which Anthony do we go with?
25
You're really gonna make him
points.
change your mind.
No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
points. They're the 5th seed in the West.
Can I pick Kawhi for a
Similar
wild
numbers
card?
to Paul George.
Can I pick Kawhi for a wild card?
Sure, do whatever you want.
The
Sure.
last
It's-
5
it's your
games,
list.
30 points.
All right.
He's been the same Terminator guy all over again.
Dang, Anthony Edwards, though.
Justin, I swear to
3.
God, like, are you well?
No.
No, Ant, don't worry, I got your back.
I think he's great, and I think the team's fantastic. But it's just like, where are they gonna go from here? Are they gonna continue
Up.
this 5th seed?
Ant's an
You think
all-star.
so?
They're going up.
The Suns have to climb up the rankings. The Warriors have to climb the rankings. A bunch of teams have to still go up there. Do you really think that Ant and the Wolves can surpass them or keep their spot when the
Who knows?
Warriors and Suns?
Only time.
Why
will
are you
tell.
talking in riddles?
Only time.
Why
Will
are you talking in riddles?
Trying to be like you. If I could be like Noor. Like the.
Oh man, that's funny. But yeah, no,
That's fair.
no.
Anyway, we'll see. I think the final results come out February 2nd.
Yeah,
you
that's
said
what I've heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, second.
Thursday this week. We'll figure
reserves.
out who's going to be on it. Honestly, we'll see if Pascal Siakam will make the list.
It's gonna be
Guys,
tough. It's
out
gonna
of
be tough.
10, what are we thinking? Is he going to make it?
Out of 10, I'm feeling like
50,
a 5.
It's 50-50.
Yeah.
50-50.
5. So 5.
Because like Randall, Bam, Jimmy, there's a lot of guys like in the running there.
Yeah,
You know
and
what I mean?
even though I like Justin's point about for once about how the coaches play a massive fact. Like they're the ones who are choosing and they're going to go with the guys that they like. At the same time though, I think Pascal does also get disrespected so easily throughout the league because, you know, like we've heard comments about, oh, he's got one move, like
Beyblade?
spin.
Human Beyblade?
I'm not going to say it, but yeah. And it's things like that where I'm like, I'm not sure, especially when there's other players that the other coaches have worked with prior to. So I don't know. I would like to see it, but at the same time, I completely get it because the record just sucks
It's true.
ass right now. But we're going to start a new segment on here. And every Monday, we're going to look through or whatever, whenever we were scrolling on Twitter throughout the weekend, anything that made us laugh, anything that we thought was something to be noted, something to be talked about. It's going to be an NBA tweet of the week. So, and we're just going to share that with us and see which ones came through for me. There's a couple actually.
You got to pick your favorite one. You do this all the time. You got to pick one.
You're waiting for these moments. You're waiting for these moments.
I relish in these moments.
Anyway, whatever. For me, it's, you know, that the the infamous Pat Bev tech and stuff. Like, so much happened this weekend. If you watched the Boston Celtics and Lakers game, you got memes on memes on memes. Your bookmarks, your gallery is probably filled. So is mine. My drafts are filled right now, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know when to send these tweets out. But I think for me, it was when, even though LeBron's breakdown was the funniest thing and the memes still now are killing me, but what Pat Bev did was when he went and grabbed the camera to show to the referee, what the F did you just give me the tech for? That was the funniest thing. And I saw, obviously, when things like that happen, Twitter just goes off. They need one picture and they're going to go insane with the memes. And there was one where it was like, I don't know if you guys watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
I've seen a few episodes.
You've seen it?
Yeah.
So it's pretty
Danny
much...
DeVito?
Yeah, Danny DeVito, all those guys.
Shout out to Danny DeVito.
Whatever. I love
Shout out
Danny
to the
DeVito.
Philadelphia Eagles, too, for making the Super Bowl.
Stop. Let's talk basketball.
This is not the show.
Let's
This is
talk
not the show.
basketball.
This
I
is
only
not the
talk
show.
basketball.
Exactly. This is not
I don't
the
know what
show.
football is. Bro.
No. But the one tweet that I saw was like a picture of Pat Bev showing the camera to the ref, and the other picture next to it was a picture on the camera that he's showing, but it's like a cast of It's Always Sunny, just like hammered, and you know how they always are. There's like hammered and like on the floor and stuff. I thought it was pretty funny. Another tweet I really liked, actually, before I go on to you guys, was I know,
You
but
can
no,
only pick one.
No, you said I said I could do two, so it's fine. I said I could do two.
You said
I'm gonna do two though. I like one funny and one informative. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a shout out. I'm gonna give you guys a shout out actually to the freaking football hand egg world. Okay, there was one that I saw. You know how over the past week, Charles Barkley as well as Shaq have been kind of disrespecting Rui Hachimura. Like they can't.
Rui Hoochie Mama, as Chuck called her.
I thought you were about to go off.
No,
I'm like,
no.
do you know where we're going
no,
with
no.
this? You idiot.
Yeah, because he's like, I don't know.
He's like, I only watched the top 10 players. Like that's the only guys I know. It's kind of fucked up to see the guys that cover the league say that on national television. I understand they're there for jokes. They're there just to be like an entertainment factor. But at the same time, you can't be diminishing and just degrading the talent that you have out there, especially when it comes down to their culture, their names, things like that.
Former
That's
top
just,
10 pick.
Yeah,
Gonzaga.
like that's so it's so disrespectful. And then when I saw that, there was someone who quote tweeted that. I believe he covers the Nets. I'm gonna find his name really quickly, but he quote tweeted that with a clip of the NFL.
Yes, I saw this.
You saw this one, right? Yeah, the NFL part, like the NFL, I believe was the Good Morning Football or something.
I think it was NFL Live with and Dan Orlovsky was talking.
Right. Yeah. And the way that they broke the game down. These are, again, like, it's not just like Shaq and Chuck. They you know, we know that they're former players, but these guys who are covering NFL are also former players. But the way to talk about the sport is not about storyline. It's not about the entertainment factor. Not about let me get you a viral moment. It's more so teaching the audience who's watching the game learn more about the game through the lens and the expertise of people that have played it before. And watching that, I think some was like, maybe I should give a football.
I've learned so much from Dan Orlovsky, Marcus Spears, Mina Kimes, this
Enoch
year.
Himes,
Yes.
Kay Adams.
Yeah, it's true. But like, I just believe that sometimes NBA is a bit too toxic out there,
Too toxic,
right? And
sometimes.
they're always trying to get a hot, as like it's just something,
hot
something.
button topics.
Yeah, it's just something out there, you know, some hot take. Sometimes I just want the analysis. That's why I feel Tim Legler is the best in the business because I go
Legs,
to
he
him.
doesn't even get any.
I know he needs more.
airtime.
He needs more. I think ESPN. Even if you look at the comment section, they say, yeah, Tim needs to be on here more because
Yeah,
he's
they do.
telling us about what happened on the court and then how it affects off court, right? And yes, NFL, they do a great job in actually doing analysis rather than, you know, all
It's
that
like
stuff.
actual, like talking about what went on
Actually
in
what's
the
going on
game
in the
and
sport.
like what how he was playing the game before, what his stats means for this game, how is this team improving from September till now. Like it's so many things where you're just like I'm a more research and advanced person in football for it when I watch shows like this because they're just explaining it so well. And as much as I love the legends of NBA, but it's so disheartening to be like, oh, Rui Hachimama, who's that? Like I only watch top 10 players.
Katie said, oh, Shaq doesn't know
Sounds like
ball.
on the ball. Sounds on the ball.
Then
Like,
Shaq-
I know how to brush my hair.
This guy went after his hair. and
Again,
stuff.
it's all about the viral, like
That's
funny
crazy.
things, and it's
is,
like
it's just what.
Justin's gonna explain it to us.
No. This is my personal opinion. You guys did a wonderful job explaining it. These guys think I'm toxic, manipulative. They don't really know me. Anyway,
We don't know you.
when I think about the NBA and stuff like that, it's so like surface level stuff. It's all about memes, pop culture, which is awesome, right? But there's an actual sport that they're playing out there. There's a science to basketball. There's all this stuff about the game of basketball that needs to be uncovered, and that people that would want to know, right? People like us, I'd love to understand what Shaq, when he sees a certain pick and roll set or a certain defensive set, what does he think? Most dominant player of all time, what does he think? What does Charles Barkley, one of the best power forwards of the game, think? What do they actually see?
Like
from
that's
their...
why we like Kenny's segment
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think sport needs that.
when he goes to the board. Yeah, I don't know. I think the NBA, it's obviously entertaining, you know, but
What's your tweet?
But I think, yeah, it's tough. But my tweet is all. I'm sorry, I'm picking more than one. All right, it's all the stuff
No,
that
you
I
gotta
saw
pick
about
one.
LeBron.
You gotta pick
I
one.
saw all the
Who
stuff
are you,
about
the
LeBron.
dictator of tweets? Let him
You
pick
said
one.
All the
you,
stuff-
yours,
I don't
it was
care.
your
I don't-
segment,
I
and you said pick one.
I can change it, and I changed it, and I can say we can do whatever we want. If that means it gets to entice
fine,
you, Justin,
fine.
even better.
I'll try one then.
Just, I just fought for you.
Okay.
I just fought for you. We can do two.
Because you had to do like one. Well, you did two.
No, I did
She
two.
did
I
two. She
Yeah.
still
well,
got
okay.
away.
Well, one of them, okay, is obvious from what LeBron did. Okay, first of all, it was a foul. It was a
was a foul.
clear. That was one of the most clear fouls I've ever
When
seen.
Skip Bayless says LeBron, you did a good job, you know it's a
Dude.
foul.
Producer Eric
Jason
knows
Tatum,
right over
yeah.
there. He's calling a
Bro,
foul too.
Jason
Yeah.
Tatum slapped this guy's arm. So obviously, if I was LeBron in that situation, I'm angry too. But LeBron is so extra. This guy is so funny. Okay, so we saw the video. Obviously, I saw one. It's like this is how R&B videos should be. Because remember, they used to go on their knees. They used to
Yes.
cry out. So
The
they
rain is falling.
Yeah, someone had did that video. They had an R&B. I forgot what song it was. They had the raindrops on it.
Sounds like an
And
Usher song
It was
or something.
It was
Yeah.
fantastic. So maybe
These are
that's
my
the one tweet.
confessions.
Yeah, bro. That's my favorite R&B album of all time. Usher Confessions. But yeah, I think this was
Confessions Part
definitely the greatest meme to come out so far this year.
No.
Yes,
Are
it
you
was.
kidding?
So far this year.
Easily.
I
Clearly.
thought you were saying LeBron.
My whole
greatest
feed was
LeBron
full.
meme. I thought you were saying
No, not
greatest
LeBron meme. LeBron has so many.
LeBron?
LeBron.
Okay, there we
But
go.
yeah, that one, the R&B one. And then I saw like Chandler Parsons. He also
Chandler
said something
Parsons said
about
some
it.
stupid shit. Just
Said something about it. He said something about him going crazy. Like my dog, if my dog got ran over by the mailman.
What?
He said this. If my dog got ran over by the mailman, he wouldn't be going this
He's a weird
crazy.
dude, man.
Chandler Parsons, go get some help.
So-
Like,
Chandler Parsons
give
just
your
said
dog
shit.
up for someone else.
It was
He
so funny.
says shit.
boy.
He says shit just to stay relevant because
Yeah.
he fucking robbed the NBA.
You know
definitely-
who's funny though? Richard Jefferson. I respect.
It's definitely though the R&B one though.
Mine
Yeah.
was
It's funny.
Mine was just the NBA refs and their sappy ass tweet. Oh, mistakes happen,
Terrible.
bro. Just
Terrible.
Why would you even say anything? Just don't even
Terrible.
say anything.
It was
Literally.
the most like dramatic tweet.
Yeah,
like we can't believe we did this.
Yes.
We can't believe we let our standards go down to this level. We can't sleep tonight knowing we made this wrong
like, bro,
call.
why?
It was insane.
Literally, just put it like you only put the final 2 minute report. Just put it up and that's it. At the end of the game,
Yeah.
you don't gotta put a whole sappy.
But you know why? It's LeBron and the Lakers.
Referees
They have
definitely
to
do
put it.
need post game press. I need to know what's going on there.
yeah.
Okay.
Why'd you not call that foul in the bro?
Like, bro,
Oh,
for
I
real.
actually put a bet down FanDuel for the
Yeah.
Celtics money line. So
Blood is gambling right now. But I think it's also The other
We
problem.
do not condone refs gambling on this show.
Yeah,
either.
bro.
Even players don't.
Well, players can't gamble. It's illegal.
So they have. That's
Calvin
been
Ridley?
a problem.
But nah, it's like you can't miss that. They've been missing the past. Like they've missed this 5 Lakers games this year. They've missed calls late, foul calls late.
Yeah.
That could have changed their record.
That's
right
what
now.
Schroeder was saying. He put a tweet, an
changed their
Instagram
record.
story out, and he was like, "Yeah, I know we're not playing well. I get it. Like, it's not, our record's not what we want it to be, but it doesn't help that when we're close into games, the referees get to decide if you're going to win those or not." He's like, there's been 3 or 4 or 5 games in the entire season at this point now where, like, the referees have decided who will win that game, and it's cost them that win. So I can completely see why.
Can't have that.
Yeah. Justin?
You guys explained it perfectly.
No, you tweet of the week.
I just told you my tweet. The refs tweet. That was
Oh,
my
that was
tweet.
yours? Oh.
Noah's not paying
What?
attention.
Yo,
Sorry, we talked about so I thought
Yeah,
I
so
thought Jelani was on his 3rd or something.
Noah's like,
No.
My bad.
Noah's like, Justin, you guys explained it perfectly. No, your tweet, Justin. I said it.
I just said
I just gave you the breakdown.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I'm so sorry. I literally thought Jelani was on like his 3rd, but Justin, can we take my apology?
No.
Oh, I tried. Anyway, thanks for tuning into 3 in the Key today. We just told you our reserves. Let's see once these ones come out on February 2nd, how much they actually match our list and how much Anthony Edwards gets the love from everybody else that Justin wants to give him. Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Clippers, we're watching you. And we will see you next time on 3 in the Key. Take care.
Go Raptors.